Do you average less than 3 viewers on Twitch or Kick? Well, then this video is made specifically for you. Even if you have more than that, this video will still help you with marketing knowledge that you could apply to your streams to help you grow. If you've never seen my videos before, I help streamers personally using my 10 plus years of marketing experience. And I basically try to transcribe marketing language in a way that is understandable for streamers to where they can apply this marketing knowledge to their streams and start seeing growth. You might think that it looks a little bit different, which it does. I wanted to make this video a little bit different because of 3 main reasons. Number 1, people say that I talk too fast. If you have seen my videos, you probably either 1, think that I talk too fast, or 2, seen hundreds of comments of people saying that I talk too fast. Number 2, I wanted to create a better step-by-step system and explain it in a more natural way. Number 3, I've always scripted my videos, but I wanted to make this video as my first non-scripted video because I want to really focus on what you need to hear instead of what you want to hear. I want to tell you how to actually fix this problem using marketing. And speaking of marketing, my biggest piece of marketing advice that I have for 2025 revolves around the sponsor of this video. Even if they didn't sponsor this video, I would still be talking about Nexus because it solves the biggest problem with streaming, which is marketing. The biggest problem with streaming is the fact that no matter if you stream on Twitch, Kick, or YouTube, none of these live streaming platforms have an algorithm that you could use to push your content in front of new people. Nexus AI solves this problem for you because it saves you hours in creating content that you could easily use to market your streams. So let me explain how it works. You take your full YouTube video or your full stream video and you put that into Nexus. Then Nexus will use its AI to go through your video and find the best viral worthy moments of your video. So let's say you have a 10-minute video, they will find multiple moments, 5 to 10, maybe even 20 moments that are likely to go viral from this 10-minute video. They will mark all of these moments as separate clips and separate them. So all you have to do is figure out which clip you want to make first. Let's say I want to make this clip first. Not only do they find these moments that are likely to go viral, but they automatically resize them for the vertical format, which basically means that as soon as you upload it on TikTok or YouTube Shorts or Instagram Reels, it's automatically formatted to be the proper vertical format. That way it's much more likely to go viral. Speaking of going viral, Nexus makes this that much easier by adding automatic captions to align with everything that you say. Captions are so important because number 1, a lot of users watch TikTok and other short form type platforms with the sound off. And if you have captions, people still know exactly what you're saying even if they're watching with the sound off. Number 2, captions tend to suck users in, which leads to a higher average view duration, which leads to platforms like TikTok or YouTube Shorts pushing your content out because their algorithms revolve around average view duration. So having captions is super important for going viral. The only problem with this is back before Nexus, when I managed a streamer and had to make this content personally, it would take me over 12 hours just to make one clip because I would have to find the moment, format it to where it's the vertical format for TikTok, and add captions to align with everything that they say. Even if the video is only 60 seconds long, adding captions for every single word takes hours. Specifically, it would take me about 12 hours on average to make every single clip. Now with Nexus, in 1 hour, you can make 12 clips. So in 12 hours, you can make 144 clips, which is 144 different pieces of marketing content that you could post all to reach new people and funnel them into your stream. Because even though the biggest problem is the fact that Twitch or Kick will never push your stream to new people, they will push your stream to new people if you already have viewers. The best part about it is you can try Nexus for free using the top link in my description. You could try it out and see what they can do for your content and how many videos you can create that will help you go viral on these other platforms. If you do decide to upgrade to Pro, you could still use the link in my description and you will save 10% off of the cost of your subscription. No matter if you subscribe monthly or annually, you will still save 10%. So while yes, they did sponsor this video, I would still be telling you about Nexus even if they didn't sponsor this video because of how important this tool is for marketing your stream. So again, the top link in my description to try Nexus for free. And now let's get right into the step-by-step system to help you escape the 3-viewer loop. Step 1, have your brand and business idea ready. And the reason that I put business in quotation marks is because you need to treat your stream like a business. Not only do you need to treat yourself like you're the talent or you are the product, but you also have to treat yourself as if you are the CEO, as far as telling yourself exactly what you need to do, how you need to do it, plan everything out, do everything exactly like a boss would, because that's how you need to treat streaming if you want streaming to treat you like a business, if that makes sense. The easiest way to do that is number 1, decide what branding / name you want to have that stands out. This was super important for me, and it's why I used the name Twatter, because I feel like when people see the name Twatter, they think, what is a Twatter? Like, what is a Twatter? Who is Twatter? Like, it automatically makes them scowl and question, which is exactly the type of emotion that you want to invoke right away with a name, which is why I always use Twatter as the perfect name example. The only way that it could be better is if you had a pun. Puns and names are great, like, chucking wood, the old classic, how much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a wood could chuck a wood? If your name is chucking wood, it is a pun off of that saying, if that makes sense. And that is the only thing that could be better than a name like Twatter. Number two, you need to create a strict schedule that you could easily follow. It all depends on, like, your job, your day-to-day life, how much time you have, things like that. When I say strict, I do not mean streaming every day. I do not mean streaming 5 times a week, anything like that. Ideally, you need to be streaming less often, because with streaming platforms, viewers are leverage. If you have 5 viewers, you're going to be reaching more people because you reach that much higher in any category, no matter what game you stream. With that being said, if you have a total community size of 5 people, but you stream every day, chances are these 5 people aren't all going to be able to come in and check out your stream at the same time, leading to your average viewers staying less than 3. Whereas if you only streamed once a week and you still had the same 5 community members, it's much more likely that all 5 of these people will be able to come into your stream on Saturday, because they know that you stream every Saturday, you only stream every Saturday, and if they want to watch you, they can only come in and watch you and support you on Saturday. So it's more likely that you get all 5 people coming into your streams, and then you will rank that much higher no matter what category you stream in. That's why my biggest piece of advice, besides marketing, is streaming less often, because that is the biggest trap that I see small streamers fall into. Number 3, right now you need to decide if you're going to be a niche-based content creator or a variety streamer. And let me help you decide. Let me break it down very easy. Here is the biggest pro and the biggest con with each of them. With being a variety streamer, obviously you could play whatever game you want, whenever you want. If a brand new game comes out, you could play it, stream it, and it won't hurt your viewership. Whereas the con with this is it's much harder to grow. The reason that niche-based streaming is so much easier to grow is because there's already a community around this niche. It's much easier to grow because there's so many people already watching, relating to, and waiting for new content about this subject. That's what a niche is. It's basically like a subject. While you can be a variety streamer, you can do whatever you want, obviously, it will be actively much harder to grow, which is fine. It's still possible to grow. It's still, especially using my marketing knowledge, it's very possible to grow even being a variety streamer. You just have to make the decision right now and actively know that it will be much easier if I become a niche-based streamer. However, there is a way to get the best of both worlds. Create content or make a YouTube channel around one specific niche, and it does not have to be gaming. Ideally, it's not gaming because gaming is super saturated. T-Break is an example of this. So, long story short, someone joined my program, they wanted to be a streamer, they watched my videos, they realized that, I just want to grow and I want to do content full time. I want to make revenue from content. It doesn't necessarily have to be streaming. I coached them, helped them start their YouTube channel, and you could see it with his first video. He dropped it 7 months ago. He got almost 500,000 views on it. Even when it first dropped, it got hundreds of thousands of views right away. His next video that he just dropped 2 months ago, still doing great numbers, great views, because he is, obviously it's a Adventure Time niche-based channel. There's a whole bunch of people watching Adventure Time content. He realized that, and he made these videos around Adventure Time. He's creating a community, creating a channel all around this niche, and now he's making revenue, and he has a much bigger channel than he would have ever had if he just tried to focus on streaming, if that makes sense. Unfortunately, as you can see, he's not very motivated, and I'm hoping he's watching this video so he can get a little bit more motivation and start posting content more. You have something great going, don't fuck it up. But okay, let's say T-Break was more motivated. He could be using these videos to funnel traffic into his streams, into his Twitch streams, into his Kick streams, no matter what. Obviously, there's not well, maybe there is, I don't know. There's not a popular Adventure Time game or anything like that he could stream, but he is building a personality and he's building a brand around Adventure Time. So even if he's streaming Call of Duty, so many people know about his channel, so many people are exposed to him, so many people can be funneled into his stream that even if he's playing Call of Duty, they'll come in and maybe ask him questions about Adventure Time, or maybe they're just so infatuated with your personality, now they'll watch you do anything. So like I said, it doesn't matter if you stream the same niche that you're making YouTube content in. From my perspective, you should be focusing on YouTube that much more because it's that much easier to build a channel that is generating reoccurring revenue. And also, when you build this channel that is generating this revenue, you could always use this to funnel attention into your streams, because streaming should really be a hobby. But if you want to do content creation full time, you should focus on YouTube. Ideally, streaming once a week and funneling these people into your streams, still growing your streams that way you have multiple income streams, but your main focus still is YouTube because that's what grows the fastest, pays the best, etc. And I don't mean streaming on YouTube, I mean full videos, niche-based content. Step number 2. create a content plan. I already went over the biggest problem with streaming, but it's so big, I'm gonna repeat myself. The biggest problem with any streaming platform is no matter what streaming platform you choose, they will not put your streams in front of new people unless you already have a good amount of viewers. Every single streaming platform is based on a rich get richer type of system, meaning if you have views, if you have 100 average viewers, not only are you going to be recommended to more people, but also in every category that you stream under, you will be that much higher. Whereas if you only had 5 viewers, people would have to scroll down in every category to find you. That's why my biggest piece of advice to counteract this is short form platforms like TikTok, YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels, etc., which is exactly why I would still be telling you to use Nexus even if they didn't sponsor my video, because you could easily use Nexus to create 144 clips in 12 hours, which is enough to post 5 times a day for 30 days, all in 12 hours. Number 2, you need to create a schedule that allows you enough time to stream, even though, like I said, you need to be streaming less often, but also, and more importantly, ensures that you have enough time for content creation. If you're making that niche-based channel that I told you that you should be making, you need to be leaving time in your schedule to plan, record, and edit those full videos, as well as short videos. If you're not using Nexus, you need to plan in enough time to manually edit enough shorts to be able to stay active on these platforms so that they continuously push your content and are recommending your content to new people, funneling new people into your streams. For example, this is a perfect content plan that you can copy and paste. Figure out what day works best for you and your schedule as far as what day is best for you to stream on. What day can you make every single week and what time? No matter what work schedule you have, no matter what, you need to find one day and one time that you can make every single week. Pick that and copy and paste the rest of the schedule. This will ensure that you are funneling people into your streams, growing your streaming brand, because you are doing all of the marketing necessary in order to reach people on a daily basis, to funnel people into your streams, to where you start to grow your streams start to get recommended to more people directly on the streaming platform. The more you do this in the early stages, the less you'll have to do it later, because your viewers are already helping you grow, because your channel is snowballing, your viewers that you have is helping you reach more viewers, etc. Step number 3, run and expand your funnel. What is a funnel? It's kind of hard to explain, like, a car funnel where, like, it's big at the top and then goes down in. You are taking a bunch of stuff and funneling it into one place. So this is the exact funnel that you should be using and that you should have on day one. You need to be using your Twitter or X account to tweet every time you go live and funnel people into your main Twitch/Kick stream page. Then you need to take those streams or the videos that you make about your streams, and ideally you put them in Nexus and get multiple clips made from your content super easily. But let's assume that you don't use Nexus. You need to take that content and make multiple shorts, viral worthy shorts, manually. And then for everyone that you make, you need to post that video on Instagram Reels, on TikTok, and YouTube Shorts, because each of these will funnel attention back to your main Twitch/Kick stream page. Let's say you reach one person on each of these. Now instead of averaging 0, you average 4 people because you reached one on each. With good content, you could be reaching thousands of people every single day, and even if 0.1% come into your stream, that's 10 people coming into your stream. Now, once this is running good, once it's on what I would consider like autopilot, like, you're not you do this for a solid month, a solid 30 days of, I didn't miss an upload, I didn't stress too much, I didn't have to do too much editing, things like that. Get 30 days of where, like, this is easy now. Not necessarily easy, but it's a part of your routine. Once that happens, then you can expand it. How to expand it? Number 1, create a first one if you haven't already. If you didn't listen to my advice and you don't want to create a niche-based channel before you start the funnel, then do so after you get the funnel, like, on autopilot, already running everything. Once you're comfortable with that, then you create your first niche-based channel, like the tea break example that I showed you. Number 2, you need to analyze your niche and create social media profiles that offer value to the niche. So as a streamer, you need to think of other social media pages that you could run that will help you reach new people that you can funnel into your streams, just like your main pages. For example, one that I use for my page, tools for streamers. Obviously, I want streamers to follow me on Twitter. I want streamers to see my content. So what do? I make a page just like this, super simple. I need to go through and update this and like completely change it. And I have multiple funnel pages that I need to change and update, and etc. But the point is, it doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't even have to be very good. It just has to be a basic, way of reaching people and funneling them into your main page, which in this case is, my main Twitter account. In conclusion, number 1, you need to create a worthy brand/idea worth streaming with. You need to treat yourself like a business. You need to plan everything out. You need to think exactly what will be good enough to where I start growing right away. I am automatically, that much more unique compared to other streamers. You need to have a proper plan with a brand and the business plan all ready to go before you start. Even if you've already started streaming, take a week break, really think about it, really evaluate, and come up with this plan. If you want my help coming up with this plan, you could DM me on X. I probably, depending on how many messages I get, I might not have time to answer everyone, but I do answer everyone that I work with personally in my management program, and I'm going to get to that in 1 minute. After you have perfected your idea, after you ensure that it is a name that is going to catch attention, a brand that is worth building and creating a business around, number two, you need to create the marketing plan. Just like I showed you earlier, a marketing plan can be as simple as a content schedule. A 30-day schedule of exactly what you're going to post, how much you're going to post, how often, etc. That is a simple version of a marketing plan. You take that a step further by planning out exactly how you're going to upgrade, exactly how you're going to expand the funnel, exactly what channels you're going to make after your first niche-based channel blows up and you get that on autopilot. What's your second channel, your third channel, things like that. Because with content creation, no one is nowhere near the ceiling at this point. Mr. Beast could still be expanding. Anyone could still be expanding. Your marketing plan could be super in-depth, but it should at least be the bare minimum of, the next 30 days, exactly what you need to be doing, exactly what content you need to be making, how to make it, when to post it, etc. Number three, expand your marketing funnel. That's it. If you follow these 3 steps, it's impossible not to grow because you have a worthy brand that is worth reaching people, and people will gravitate to it. They will, when they see it, it will catch their attention enough to where they will actually come and check you out. You have a marketing plan that will ensure that your content gets reached by new people. You will ensure that your content is put in front of new people, that you can funnel into your streams, into your Twitch account, into your Kick account, etc. And number three, as this marketing plan is going good, once this funnel is working good, once it's on autopilot, once it's very easy for you to manage, then all you have to do is expand your funnel. New pages, new channels, more revenue, build a content creation agency, build a content creation business specifically to make as many pages as possible, as many channels as possible, all funneling into one specific channel, which is in this case your Twitch or your Kick streaming page. If you still feel lost, I would try really hard, obviously, to add visuals with everything to try to explain everything better. And I really hope this resonated with you guys better than my usual just talking head, rattling my brain off type of video. I really hope it resonated with you better. And if not, if you're still struggling, if you still feel lost, I do have a Patreon program where I work with every single streamer one-on-one. So no matter what, if you join my cheapest tier, my most expensive tier, you will join the Discord. And the biggest difference with, I don't just work with you one-on-one. I don't just tell you, okay, this is what you're doing wrong, this is what you should be doing. That's not it. My biggest thing and the biggest benefit with my Patreon program is the fact that I use my multiple high follower accounts that I've built over the years in marketing to engage with your content. Let me explain this. An example. You make a video, you post it on TikTok. You're in my program, you copy the link to that and you put it in the Discord. What happens then is me and my team will use my high follower accounts, my 5,000 TikTok account, my 30,000 TikTok account, my 50,000 TikTok account, as well as a couple growing smaller TikTok accounts to watch your video all the way to the end, improving your average view duration, leaving a like on that video, showing your algorithm that you're getting likes and engagement from high followered accounts, specifically, the 5K one, the 30K one, etc. That tells your algorithm that your video is doing well and it's worth pushing to more people, helping your algorithm overall just show your content to more people on average. Spots are super limited. They do fill up fast. However, I have been adding more every time I drop a new video, and when I drop this video, I'm going to be adding a few more spots as well. I'm also working on not only improving the algorithm benefits by constantly making new accounts, building up new TikTok accounts, YouTube accounts. Specifically, YouTube accounts is what I'm focusing on now, just in case, TikTok gets banned or anything like that. And YouTube is much more important as far as growing with. It's a much bigger tool now to reach viewers, so that's where my main focus is building new YouTube channels and things like that. Not only that, but I'm also adding consulting calls with all of my new clients through a built-in scheduler. And it's not technically launched yet. However, if you want early access to this, I will be taking consulting calls with any one of my streamers in my Patreon program even before the schedule launches. All you have to do is message me on Discord. Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. We are so close to 10,000 subscribers. Last I looked, it was at like 8,800 or something like that. I really appreciate every one of you that have subscribed, because I started this channel because I've been in marketing for so long and I've seen so many streamers struggling and everything like that. I had a dream since I was a kid to, I grew up watching early YouTubers. So my first dream job as a kid was becoming a YouTuber. So I've always had this goal of mine to reach 100,000 subscribers, to get a plaque on my wall, etc. Obviously, I focused on my marketing career, I focused on my business, things like that. I wasn't able to take my channel serious until I started it two almost 3 years ago now. And I really appreciate every one of you that has subscribed and helped me grow to the point where I am so fast. And remember, when I do reach my goal of 100,000 subscribers, I will be releasing a Draw My Life video explaining everything that I've had to go through in my life, my rough upbringing, how I built my first business, how I got my first marketing business, I started streaming, how I was successful as soon as I started streaming, how I built my management program. I'm going to be telling you my full, from the day I was born up until you're watching the Draw My Life video. Everything. Subscribe if you are a streamer, and if you made it all the way to the end watching this video and you are a streamer, I have so much faith in you, that you will be able to build a business around streaming because you had the patience to wait. I mean, this video is I don't know, the recording is 35 minutes long. It's probably gonna be like a 20-minute long video. If you watch all the way to the end, I have much more faith than anyone else that didn't make it to the end, because it shows that you have the persistence to not only you're dedicated and want to make this happen, but you have the persistence to learn and figure out exactly what you need to do to make it happen, if that makes sense. The only thing that I would like you to do, if you did make it to the end, is I invite you to watch my other videos on this channel. I have so much marketing information, so much marketing advice that I pack into these videos. I try to make my videos as informational as possible, and that's why they're very short. Comparing myself to the other top how to grow on Twitch YouTubers, my videos are shorter because, number one, I talk a little bit faster and I want to get as much information to you as fast as possible. And number two, I don't want to sugarcoat things. I don't want to tell you what you want to hear. I don't want to tell you some bull. I want to tell you exactly what you need to hear in order to actually escape the 3 viewer loop. I don't want to just tell you what will make you feel the best and get you to subscribe. I will tell you, if streaming is not for you, you shouldn't stream. Don't watch my videos. Stop watching my videos. I want every one of you watching to remember, streaming is not for everyone, but it can be for you if you are dedicated and you are willing to put in the work, which, like I said, if you watch this far to the end, I have so much faith in you that you are dedicated and that you are willing to put in the work. If you want to work with me one-on-one, join the Patreon if I have any spots remaining. Also, YouTube's algorithm, there's a way to pick to where it recommends a video that is best for your channel. So it's popping up on the screen somewhere right now. If you click on that video, I would really appreciate it, because it tells YouTube's algorithm that you're interested in my content enough to where you want to learn more and more of the information that I have to provide, if that makes sense. Again, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you very much.